Infiniti QX70. Just recently bought this one, and I'm going to be doing a series of videos. I titled this Basic Stuff When You Have a Car That's New to You. Oh, that's a nice, really cool one. See, I had to unlock it twice to get the rear door to unlock. Yeah, that's one feature that I usually like to turn off as soon as I can. It's just more it doesn't take much to, to unlock it twice. I know that, like that. And if you were to use the key fob, let me see if you can see inside that. Can you see that? Unlock. That did not work. Did I lock it? I did. Okay, so let's try this. But if you're to unlock the other one, you need to hit it twice. Okay, cool. Let's get in. And here's another feature. You might have missed it. It's barely there. Let me shut the door. Instead of shutting the door for real, I'll just do this so you can see what it looks like. Look at the seat and the steering wheel. Okay, I'm going to unlock the door by releasing my thumb. Do you see this move back and this one tilt up a little bit? Yeah, that's the other feature I usually like to get rid of. It's moving. Okay, it's all right. So those features that we looked at, let me start the car. Ooh, V6 smooth. Let's turn audio off so that nothing inadvertently happens. Go to settings. These are going to be others, I believe. Units, voice recognition, vehicle settings. Yes, some vehicles have as a list that says, or yeah, a list item that says vehicle settings. So sometimes you have to read the bottom. Comfort, that's where it is. Okay. First thing is this one right here, selective door unlock. Selective door unlock means that whenever you unlock the vehicle, it unlocks using either the key fob, inserting the key in the ignition in the lock, which only one door can do that, or the intelligent button, the door handle button. It's going to unlock just that one door. And if you do that, if you deselect that, it means global door unlock. So I'm going to do this, turn that off. If you'd like to know more about that, look up my video on the Infiniti FX50. It's pretty long, but it's titled Everything You Need to Know About Locking and Unlocking Your FX. And it covers the selective door unlock thing. Intelligent key lock, I'll leave that on. That just means that when I'm standing near the vehicle with my key fob, I can push the button. Otherwise, it's going to require me to insert the key all the time or use a key fob. It's not going to allow me to just stand near it and unlock, okay? So leave that on. Lift steering wheel on exit. I'm going to turn that off. And slide driver's seat back on exit, turn that off. Before I turn them off, you might have missed it. It was very subtle, but let me... I think the difference is that I'm pretty tall and my comfortable seating position is already so far out. Let me pull this steering wheel inwards. Okay. And the seat, let me push it further inwards like that. Okay. Say my comfortable sitting position is like that, right? A little tight. So what I'm going to do, because those settings are still on, when I turn it off, open the door. Do you see that? It moved quite a good distance. And it does that to enable you to get out comfortably. You need a space, steering wheel up and out of the way, and then you move the seat back as well. And when I get in, it's going to go back to the last position you had it, or whatever your memory position is. To me, it's a little different. I need to be comfortable, so I'm going to go back to driver 2. My original seating position. So that's it. That's comfortable for me. Let's start the vehicle again. And this time, setting. Let me go through with By the way, I believe I can control them from here too. Just takes a lot more time. You could also touch screen it. So select the door and lock. We already turned that off. Lift steering wheel and exit off. Slide driver seat back on exit off as well. Anything else? Return all settings to default. No, I'm not going to do that. So usually sometimes when what happens is that you disconnect your battery, replace your battery, then you get in and it's doing something that it wasn't doing when you bought the vehicle. It's because of that, because, you know, something has changed in the way it's working. And so let's do this. At this point, I'm going to, let me just turn it off again. Poor battery. But I do this for love. Okay. You notice nothing moved this time? Okay. Lock the vehicle. Okay. So this time, when I unlock this one door, all of them are going to unlock. And I like that. I like that for simplicity. Okay. Get in. And you'll notice that this time, seat and steering wheel do not move at all. That motor you're hearing, that is the seat belt, and I've got a video on that showing what happens. I call it a snatch. Yeah, that's it. So that's a different thing. So why do I even bother doing that? It's simple. Wear and tear. Wear and tear. And the way I can explain it is this. For these systems, yes, you have a luxury vehicle. You buy a luxury vehicle so that you can enjoy the amenities. You want to be sure that, you want it to, or rather, it's nice that it creates space for you to get in. But do you realize that every time you open and shut the door, not just, it doesn't know when you're trying to drive away or not. Every time you open and shut the door, it does that. It does that. And what usually happens with these steering columns is that the motors wear out. So you might find that it's able to tilt up and down. But usually the one that wears out more, I think, actually, do they both wear? I'm trying to remember. This is the extension, right? Tilt, retract, or whatever. And so tilt is up and down, and then this other one is extending, right? One of those motors, or both of them, usually wear out. And then for the seat motor, as much as it's only going back and forth, I have seen situations where that seat motor also wears out. At some point, it's not able to go back and forth that many times. And it's not a guaranteed thing to fail. It's just that I've seen it happen. I know people with 150, 60, 70,000 miles, and they've been using that feature every single day, and their units are still working the way they intend. It's just that I as someone that works in failure, I'd rather not put those motors to work if they don't absolutely not have to. As I said, thankfully, because I'm pretty tall, so getting in and out of a car, my comfortable driving position is already really, really close to this position that the steering wheel would want to go to as the rest position, the home position. So it's not too dramatic of a change, but still, I don't want to wear the motors. I don't want to wear them down if I do not have to. Now, someone might say, well, what happens if you've got two drivers? And that does happen. So this car is new, so I don't have that driver thing set up. But this Murano, I am driver number 2 in this. And I think it's in my position right now. So it's not going to change. And I disabled that system there too. I disabled the door, going in, and whenever you unlock the door, that the steering wheel moves up and the seat moves back. But if driver number 1 unlocks the door, it's going to move to this position. So yeah, it is quite dramatic, and arguably it moves a lot more than just sliding the seat back and forth, because it's going to your exact position. But my argument to that is this: regardless of what driver is opening the door, went back to my position because I'm driver number 2 in this case. So that kind of failed in what I was trying to show. But I was just saying that usually what happens when you are driver number 1 or driver number 2, whenever you unlock the door with your key in hand, it's not going to keep moving in and out. Yes, it might make this complex, combination of movements and get to your ideal position, but it's not going to keep doing, the whole back and forth. Those little motor movements eventually end up wearing down your motors. And I just feel like if you don't have to, why do it? Okay? So this video might have ended up being a little longer than I thought or anticipated it would be, but I wanted to share that little thing and my justification for it. Is it a lot longer than I could have just told you that, hey, yeah, come to the screen and just change those things, turn them off? I could have, but I like giving a full course when it comes to the tidbits I'm sharing, okay? So, all the best. Whatever decision you choose, maybe showing you this video might show you a feature that you never knew you could actually use, because some people their seating positions are so far in that maybe they want that. They want to be able to, whoa, I didn't know I could change my position and have that welcoming, they call it ease of entry feature or ease of egress feature. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but it just helps you to get in case your steering wheel and your seat positions when driving normally are not comfortable to get out and get in easily. Okay, all the best. We'll talk about all this other stuff later.